Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you joined us today. We're going to continue with those 3 warrior poses we've been working on with just a little deeper exploration into those poses. We're going to start seated, then we'll stand up and do a little bit from a standing position, and then we'll come back to seated. Just remember while we're standing, and if at any time you want to come back to seated, just feel free to do so and just keep working with us. It's fine. Later this afternoon, we'll be uploading this video to our YouTube channel. It's Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. You can explore all the videos we've uploaded there, and you'll see that big red subscribe button. And if you would click on that, it would really help us out. All right, let's get started. So we're going to move up nice and forward in our chair, and then we're going to lift our heart and sit up nice and tall, okay? So again, think about pulling your shoulders down, but at the same time extending your head up towards the ceiling as you lengthen that spine. The next thing I want you to think about is pulling your belly button to your spine. So really think about pulling and engaging those big abdominal muscles throughout the entire practice. So I'll remind us about that, but just try to be conscious of that. It's that mind and body connection. Next, we're going to place our hands just lightly on our thighs. Palms are facing up, and if you like adding that mudra, you can do so. And if you don't like it, then just leave it out. Let's close our eyes. And just begin to focus in on your heart center. Letting go of everything outside of the room and just focusing on your position on your chair. So begin to notice your breath, just your natural inhalation and exhalation, feeling that sensation. Next, we're going to elongate the breath. We're going to inhale a little more deeply and exhale a little more completely. Go ahead and elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling more completely. As we move into our diaphragmatic breath, our belly breath, extending the belly as we inhale, pulling the belly button to the spine as we exhale. Do that a few times. And just breathe normally. Go ahead and do that again, inhaling, and then I want you to push the air out, exhaling just as many counts as you can before you inhale again. Just do that at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Go ahead and set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. And release it. Go ahead and open your eyes. So we're going to move into our neck stretches. And as we're moving in and feeling those stretches, I want you to go ahead and think about grounding those feet. So just kind of doing 2 things at the same time. Just feel those 4 pressure points of the feet. Go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest And at this point, I want you to think about your sits bones. Are those bones equally weighted on that chair? Make any adjustments. Let's go ahead and drop our left ear to our left shoulder. Doing a little double duty here today. We got a lot to get through. Go ahead and drop that chin towards the chest. And let's look up towards the front. All right, we're going to look over that right shoulder. We're going to look center, and we're going to look over that left shoulder. And let's center, and let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And go ahead and reverse those rolls. Nice. One more. So we're going to shrug up, and then we're just going to let those shoulders fall. Let's shrug it up, and just let them fall. Do that one more time. Shrug it up. Let those shoulders fall. And let's just roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse it. Should feel really good. Okay, we're going to move on. So we're going to take our right knee and open it nice and wide. Feeling that pretty significant stretch into the inner thighs. Take that left hand, we're going to bring it across our body, grab the chair, crown of the head lifts, and we're going to turn and look over that right shoulder. We're breathing into this stretch, half Lord of the Fishes. Let's release it, and we're going to do that again. So the main thing to think about in this pose is the crown of the head lengthens first, right? Extending that spine long before we turn and look over the back of the chair. And then the other thing I want you to think about is the knee not folding in. So those are the main two things to really think about in this pose. All right, let's release that. Take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor. So I'm going to move out towards the edge of my chair. You're going to need to be there in a minute anyway, so that it just kind of gives this leg a little more ability to just stretch. Okay, so I'm up on those toes in the back. Now, if this is a little too much for you to have this leg straight, then just keep the knee bent, okay? But I want you to be feeling a good stretch into this front of the thigh muscle, right? This quadricep muscle. You're also getting a little bit into this hip flexor. We're just beginning to open up this part of the body so that when we move into those warriors in a minute, we're a little bit more open. We're going to release that and we're going to do that again. I know I've said this before, but we do have some really good warm-up videos that is always a good idea to do those before here. And we're going to let this knee fall down. And I'm going to do a little bit of warm-up, but it would be better if we did like a full warm-up first. But we're not going to do that. All right. Let that knee fall down towards the floor. Bring your hands to your heart. And here we are in a beautiful seated warrior one pose. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move to your warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that palm up and back. And release it. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that hand up and back. Warrior two into our reverse warrior. Come back to that warrior two and step out of it. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. We're going to open that knee nice and wide. We're going to take that right arm, bring it all the way across your body, grab the chair. Lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, extend that spine long, turn and look over the back of your chair. All right, release it, and we're going to do that again. Come across, crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair. Making sure this knee stays open. Get that inner thigh stretch in and release. All right, we're going to move into that crescent lunge. This leg is going to press back behind us. Our heart is lifted. So again, thinking about extending that spine long, so we're not forward here. I want you to really bring that heart up. Really feel the stretch. I do anyway. Let's release it, and we're going to do that one more time. And remember, if extending that spine or that leg long is a little too much for you, you can leave the knee bent. It's okay. But I would like you to be up on those toes if you can do that, okay? Even in your shoes, you can be up on those toes. All right, we're going to let that knee fall down. So it's going straight down towards the mat. I'm towards the edge of my chair. Hands at heart, inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling into that beautiful warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, move to that warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that palm up and back, stretching. Back to your warrior two. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two and step out of it. Okay, so a couple of things. One is, if using that yoga breath bugs you, just breathe normally. But if you can remember that diaphragmatic breath, right? We're inhaling and we're exhaling. So try to practice using that diaphragm through these breaths as we move into these poses. Okay, we're going to go a little bit deeper into that. If you were with us on Monday, you'll remember. So we're going to take a nice wide stance first, okay? I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to extend it long. And then I'm just going to kind of heel toe those toes around. So a little deeper into this warrior two. So we're starting in warrior two now, okay? We're going to bring those arms up. All right, we're going to look over those right fingertips. Flip that palm up and back. I forgot to tell us to breathe. Let's come back. Let's go ahead and inhale here. Exhale. Up we go. Ready? Inhale back around. Exhale. Left hand comes up and around. We're looking over that right knee. Inhale here. Exhale into that warrior two. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to do that full thing one more time. Left hand windmills up. Both hands are up to the ceiling into our warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, move into your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. And back to your warrior two and step out of it. How are you feeling, right? A little deeper. Woo! Let's do the other side. So take a nice wide stance to start with. We're going to take this leg now and we're going to extend it long. Remember, you're up on that knife edge of that foot. This knee is right in alignment with those toes. You should be feeling a pretty good stretch right through the groin. All right, let's start into that warrior two. We're going to flip that left palm up and back. Let's go ahead and do a reverse warrior just to kind of get that side waist warmed up. Let's do that one more time. Flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two. Are we ready? Inhale here. Right arm comes up and around. We're in our warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale into your warrior two. We're looking over those left fingertips. Flip that left palm up to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior up and back. Back to your warrior two. Take that right arm up and around. Back to that warrior one. We're looking over that knee. Inhale here. Exhale back to that warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that palm up and back. And back to that warrior two. And take a break. Okay. Third version. We're going to, actually, let's come to the left side of our chair. This leg is going to extend out. We're up on that knife edge. This leg is either going to hook around. So mine is hooked around or is here. Whichever works for you is fine with me, but I just want to make sure that your knee is in alignment with those toes. One thing I forgot to tell you is I moved back in my chair. I forgot to mention that. All right, are we ready? Here we are in our warrior two. Let's look over those right fingertips. Flip that palm up and back. Add that breath if you wish. Back to that warrior two. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, flip that palm up and back. We're going to move back to that warrior two. We're going to take that left hand and we're going to windmill down and around. We're facing over that right knee into our warrior one. We're going to move into that warrior two. Let's reverse the warrior up and back. I know we're moving fast, aren't we? Back to your warrior two. Windmill down and around. Inhale here. Exhale, back we go to warrior two. Inhale here. Flip that palm up and back on that exhale. Come back to your warrior two and step out of it. Heel toe that foot around. And we're going to the other side. So I'm moving towards the right side of my chair. My leg is extended long. I'm on the knife edge of that foot. I'm going to scoot back in my chair, and then this leg is going to hook around or not, right? Your choice. Just make sure your knee is in alignment with those toes. We're going to come to that warrior two. All right, look over your left fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Flip that palm up and back on exhale here. Inhale, we're going to come back to that warrior two. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, flip that palm up and back to your warrior two. We're going to take that right arm. We're going to windmill it down and around. Now I'm looking over my left knee in my warrior one. Move into that warrior two. Reverse your warrior up and back. Back to your warrior two. Take that right arm, windmill it up and around. Warrior one. We're going to move into our warrior two. We're going to flip that palm up and back. Back to that warrior two. And step out of it. Heel toe that foot back around. How do you feel? Right? Pretty deep stretches into the groins. Grab a little water and we're going to come to a standing position. Okay, so come up to the right side of your chair. And what I want you to do is come up to where your toes are kind of in alignment with the front legs of your chair. With the leg that's next to the chair, it should probably be your left if you're on the right side of your chair, I want you to just take a big step back. Okay, you've got your chair here for support. Now, those back feet that back foot, exactly, is at a 45-degree angle, okay? So not at a 90-degree angle. Bring those toes up. Bend your front knee, hips face forward, okay? Pull the belly button to the spine. Extend the tailbone down long, okay? So we're really pulling in, extending the spine long. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, our hands are going to come up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to turn to a warrior two facing our chair. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see a couple of things a little bit better. All right, so the first thing I want you to look at is where is your knee tracking. I want that knee to be tracking right over your second toe. So what tends to happen is we tend to want to turn that knee in, and I want you to really keep it open. It's a lot of stretch. I know that it is, right? The second thing I want you to pay attention to is where are your ribs. We tend to want to bring those ribs forward, and I want you to really bring those ribs back. So if you hear me cueing, stand down your back leg, that's what I'm talking about, is trying to keep those ribs. If you think about standing down this back leg, you're going to bring those ribs right in alignment. The next thing I want you to think about is relaxing through the glutes. So we tend to want to squeeze to hold, and I want you to just relax through here because it'll help you deepen into that stretch. Remember, this is all about deepening into that stretch. Can you bend your front knee anymore? That's why our foot is not under our chair now. We're going to try to deepen it, making sure that knee is not in front of those toes. All right, let's look over those right fingertips, and we're going to flip that palm up and back. Go ahead. We're reversing that warrior. Oh, yeah. Come back to your warrior two. Let's do that one more time. Reverse that warrior up and back. Back to your warrior two, and step out of it. Come to the other side of your chair. Come up to where your feet are kind of close to the front feet of your chair. With the leg that's next to the chair, we're going to step back. All right? Now, make any adjustments you need to make. So our hips should be facing forward. If your hips are at a diagonal, kind of facing over your chair, maybe just heel-toe that front foot out a little bit, right? Gives those hips a little bit of grace. It's all good. Bend that front knee. Pull the belly button to the spine. Lengthen through that tailbone. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, hands. You're moving into your warrior two, facing your chair. Sink into it more deeply. Maybe you even need to heel-toe those front feet out a little bit. Give yourself a good bend to that front knee, tracking right at the second toe. Bring those ribs back. Flip that palm up and back. Really stretch through your side waist. Back to your warrior two. Flip it up and back one more time. Back to that warrior two and step out of it. Ha! Come to the other side of your chair. Okay. So here's the difference now. We're going to take a big step back with the leg not next to the chair, okay? Big step back. Move into your warrior one, facing forward. Bend that front knee. Bring your hands to the ceiling if that's okay. You can always keep your hands at heart, but if you want to bring your hands to the ceiling, that is good. Shoulders are down. All right, now we're going to move into our warrior two, and we're not facing our chair now. So we don't have that little stability going. It's behind us. Deepen into that stretch. Can you deepen, bend that knee any more? That front knee. That's the idea. Is keeping on bending that front knee as much as you can, making sure that it's not in front of the toes. So you may need to heel-toe those or walk those toes out a little bit too. Oh yeah, feel the stretch. Hold it and breathe. You got it. One more breath. Flip that palm up and back. Reverse your warrior. Remember, you can have your hand behind your back if you like that. Back to your warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. Back, stretch, side waist. Back to your warrior two. Take your back hand and your back leg and see if you can press it up and jump to the front. Put your legs together. I didn't quite make it. I almost made it. Okay, other side. This is it. Our last side, last time. Okay? So again, we're going to kind of come up to where the front legs of our chair is. The leg not next to the chair is the one that you're going to take a big step back with. Okay? All right. We know now, right? We got to get those hips forward. We got to bend that front knee. We can heel-toe that foot out a little bit if we need to give those hips some grace. Because if they're facing at a diagonal, I'd rather you have the hips facing forward and move your foot out to be able to accomplish that. It's all good, right? It's all fine. We're going to bend that front knee. That back leg, those back foot is at that 45-degree angle, not 90, but at 45 degrees. There's lots to think about, I know. Pull your belly button to your spine. Extend that spine long, right? Bring your hands to your heart. Bend that front knee a little more. You can do it. I know you can. Oh, yeah. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Woo! Shoulders are down. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, we're moving to that warrior two. Bend that front knee. I know you can do it. Bend it a little bit more. I know you can do it. Flip that palm up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, back to that warrior two. Can you bend it any more? That front knee is just really bending. So good. Flip that palm up and back. One more breath. Back to that warrior two. And windmill up. Whew, there's your power move. Okay. I know, everybody. That was great. Go ahead and have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. My heart rate is up. I don't know about yours, but when we get deeper into those, the warrior ones and warrior twos, they're very strong warriors and they build strength. But we can also, as we bend those knees even more and let that center of the body sink, we're getting even deeper into the stretches through the groin and the upper legs and the hips and all that area. It's really, really good. Okay, let's take that right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. We're going to take that left arm and we're going to come across our body into a half Lord of the Fishes. Up and turn and look over the back of your chair. Let's release it. We're going to do that one more time. Come across, lift and twist. All right, beautiful. Let this knee fall down. We're going to do another crescent lunge. Should feel pretty good for stretching after all the work that we just did. Heart is lifted. Release that knee, and let's do that one more time. Oh, yeah. All right, face forward. This leg that we were just working is going to extend long. Your toes are up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our heart up and let that heart fall forward. All right, go ahead and lift your heart. Let's do that one more time. Extend the spine long. Heart falls forward. Hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to move into that hip and glute area stretch. So ankle to ankle or ankle to knee. Our seated pyramid. We just did pyramid, didn't we? Our seated pigeon. We're going to extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. All right, come up. And remember, we have that second version. If you like that version, our elbow's going to go right in front of the knee, not on the knee. Our chin is going to go on top of those fingertips, and we're going to gently press. It's fine. All right, and then the third version, oh, you know what? I forgot to rock our baby. Only thing this does is just kind of moves that joint a little bit, so that when you stretch, you can sometimes get a little deeper into the stretch, just kind of moving that around. That's all it does. So I forgot the first time, but it's all good. Extend the spine long and then let the heart fall forward. And you can let your hands fall down in front of you if you like. You can also keep your hands right here on your thighs if you like. All right, let's do the other side. We're going to open up nice and wide. It should feel good. Do you notice a difference now in this from the beginning, right? I don't know about you, but I know that I have more availability and I feel better in this pose now than I did at the beginning of class. So that kind of gives you an indication of the good stretching that we did in those inner thighs and through the groin. All right? Okay, let's come across. Half Lord of the Fishes. Extend the spine long. Look over the back of your chair. Let's release that and do it one more time. Come across, lift, and twist. All right, release it. Let that knee fall down. We're going to do that crescent lunge. Push that foot back behind you. Lift your heart up. Don't have a death grip on this glute. Remember, try to relax all of this area here so you can really get into the stretch. Release it, and let's do that again. All right, let's face forward. That same leg, we're going to extend it in front of us. Toes are up to the ceiling. Extend the spine long. Let the heart fall forward. Remember, hands on those thighs is just fine. Lift out. Let's do that again. Extend. Let the heart fall forward. Hamstring stretch. We work those hamstrings pretty hard too. So in our Warrior 1, well, both of them, Warrior 1 and Warrior 2, well, all three really, that when we bend that knee, let's go ahead and move into our seated pigeon. So when we have that knee bent, right, and we're really stressing that, we're working that hamstring quite a bit. letting that heart fall forward. So it's nice to give it a little stretch too. Let's lift that heart and we'll rock our baby. I remembered this time. All right, let's do that again. Elbow in front of knee. Chin right on top of those fingers as you give it a gentle press. All right, let's rock that baby again. And the final version is extending the spine, letting the heart fall forward. Hands can be down towards the floor. We're breathing into the stretch. All right, very good. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Pay attention. Life offers treasures in every moment. Pay attention and bring the value of those treasures into your life. Listen carefully, respectfully to what people say, especially if you disagree with them. You have the opportunity to benefit from another person's entire lifetime of experience, so listen and learn. Take in the endless richness of the world around you. See the beauty that's always there. Watch for the dangers. Attune yourself to the possibilities. Your thoughts, your sensations, your values sit firmly at the center of your awareness. Yet there is infinitely more to life than your own limited concerns. Make the smart choice to direct your awareness outward. Don't get so caught up in your own thoughts and feelings that you ignore the immense value and wisdom outside you. Pay attention to what has happened, to what is going on, to what can be, and you'll greatly expand your opportunities for a rich and fulfilling life. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left hand down towards the floor. Flip your palm up towards the ceiling and release it. Drop your chin towards the chest and release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend the right arm down towards the floor. Flip the palm up and release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. We'll be repeating our warrior poses on the next class, where we'll be doing even more standing, and I hope to see you then.